So, I got a couple questions for Kwoka.
Yeah, okay.
What the fuck is your problem?
Where should I start?
Like, how are you, Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Anime Summit Podcast. It's your favorite podcast of all time, where I yell at everyone, Nick gets mad at everything, and Danny hates Cheetos. And Kwoka is alive still.
Oh my god.
Just admit that you hate Cheetos.
I am alive.
Just admit that you're a misogynist and you hate Cheetos.
Why do you assume that I hate Cheetos?
Why are you... Whoa, dude. Defensive.
Wait, Danny, who hired you?
You did.
Yeah, actually,
did?
technically, Kwoka did.
And I'm not even getting paid for it, so...
We need a new HR department.
Freaking...
Who's the HR department, Luna?
Yeah, it's probably... No, well, technically it was Smokey.
No, Smokey's not HR.
Oh, that's right. He's production.
It's production.
Assistant,
Yeah.
Well, Luna didn't go through the interview process. Okay, anyway. Welcome to the Anime Summit Podcast. Once again, where every week we bring you nonsensical bullshit and anime talk. But, I'll tell you what, we are still recovering. Well, me, Danny, and Nick are. Kwoka didn't do anything because he's a lazy bitch. We are still recovering from summer season, and Nick today just got back from LA as we're recording this right now. He's at home sleeping or probably masturbating, who knows, from Anime Expo.
Yeah, or bitching about how he can't ask us trolley questions.
So right now, as I'm speaking to you at the time of this recording, I have the Q&A channel open, and you guys are asking questions. So we're going to do Q&A today, and we're going to just grill Kwoka about Korea. So with me, I have Danny.
Hello, everyone.
And the Kwoka.
The Kwoka.
안녕하세요, Kokimnida.
Technically a quokka is like, isn't it? It's like a small capybara.
It's the happiest animal on the planet.
Yeah, like they don't give a fuck. Like they're just like, the world could be like apocalypse and they'll just be like.
They have no natural predators, and they have a natural face that looks like it's smiling all the time.
I remember I was calling Kwoka that, and he's like, no, it's pronounced quokka, so technically it's not the same. Ugh.
It's also spelled differently.
It's spelled differently, but it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So yeah, we're gonna do Q&A, a little bit of free for all. We're gonna grill Kwoka about Korea and his lifestyle over there and what's going on. We kind of talked about it a little bit on the last episode, but we really wanted to get into that Darling in the Franks argument. So blah 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 blah. So really, this is kind of just a chill episode while everyone recovers and while Kwoka gets settled in his one-room apartment, as they call it over there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blast through the news real quick since Nick's not here. And, you know, it's not really news. It's just, like, cool stuff that I found that's, like, recent things to hear about. A lot of this stuff I think we're going to talk about on Nick's Anime Expo report. But anyway, what do we got?
Wow, you have to do double work for that.
New Trigger Anime Promare, MC Kun First Look. They premiered that at Expo. He looks like Super Saiyan Kamina from Gurren Lagann. It's awesome. Then the Kill la Kill 3D fighter game by Arc System Works finally got a trailer. They showed that at Expo. That looks super sick. The cell shading they use in it is the same cell shading they use for Dragon Ball Fighters and Guilty Gear Xrd. But it's going to be a 3D fighter, so it's going to be like the Naruto games and the new hero.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Trigger also announced their Patreon. You can go there and donate $1 or $5 a month for their Patreon. And they'll give you like AI files and PDF files of like the freaking if you're a $5 donor of the artwork they do for shows and stuff. I thought I would mention too that FLCL Progressive is now finished, so we might do an episode on that since we did a whole episode on the original. Artist behind Black Rock Shooter and Steins Gate teased new black work at AX, so there might be a new Black Rock Shooter anime or movie, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it's just
Pew,
a new
pew.
manga.
Black Cock
Black
Pooter.
Conk.
Pew pew.
Maybe it'll be about Black Gold Saw instead. I don't know. She had like kind of a thing. Anyway, then there's
What if it's just about black people?
That's
Ooh.
maybe. I would look. I would love to
That
see.
would be pretty awesome.
I would love to
That
see
would be-
more characters like Bob Makihara from Tenjo Tenge. It was a shame that he was
Yeah.
in that anime because that anime sucked. Like, SAO Alicization trailer. You probably already seen all that, but anyway, I'm probably gonna watch that.
No, I haven't saw him. Give me like a shot by shot.
Kirito discovers Underworld. Then there's like a blonde kid, and then there's a blonde chick, and her name is Alice. And then they fight.
Is she cute?
She's kind of cute, actually. No lie. But I think she's like an AI though. She's like a smart AI. I don't know. No one knows if she's real or not.
Is that bad?
It might be.
Sam, this is 2018. Women can be smart and still be
That's not what I-
attractive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like is she a bad guy? God. Okay. Never mind. Broly was confirmed as the enemy in DB Super, and a lot of people were fucking mad and yelling because they were all like, they told us they were gonna give us a new villain, a new Saiyan villain, and me, I'm gonna lead his butthole, and well, let me tell you something. First of all, shut the fuck up. Oh my fucking god. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Okay? Like, you're so entitled. Just relax. Like, the fact that, like, have you seen the trailer, the teaser? Have you guys seen the teaser for the Dragon Ball
I
Super movie?
haven't. No, I haven't yet.
Oh my god. It looks amazing enough. I don't even give a shit that it's Broly. Because you know what? This movie, I think, was teased to be canon. So that means Broly is going to become canon. Since he wasn't before. Because he was in the Dragon Ball Z movies. And none of those movies are canon. So...
Right.
It's Akira Toriyama actually.
Even Dragon Ball Evolution?
You get out of this house right now. You get out of this house. But
Are you sure that one's not canon?
if you go to our Twitter at Anime Summit, you can see that we retweeted Akira Toriyama's statement about Broly. He apparently had he drew Broly and created Broly, but he had no involvement in any of his movies. So he wrote a lot of this movie coming out, so it's going to be awesome. The last bit of news is actually super sad. Steve Ditko, one of the creators of Spider-Man, passed away at 90 years old in his apartment. I believe I don't think they said what it was. He's probably just old and he passed away in his sleep. But
Most likely natural causes.
yeah.
Because he old as fuck.
He was 90. But along with Stan Lee and I think partly Jack Kirby, they created Spider-Man and they created Amazing Fantasy. And Amazing Fantasy number 15 was the issue that
Spider-Man
debuted
was
Spider-Man.
introduced. Yeah.
It's really sad because it's one of the ones that you when Stan Lee goes, I think the world's gonna cry. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, the world is gonna be like topsy-turvy upside down once that happens.
I kind of really felt like that with Ditko because Ditko Spider-Mans are just really, I love Ditko Spider-Man comics. They're some of the best ones.
I'm looking at the cover art for Amazing Fantasy, and it's so good and clean and not refreshing, but it's so good to see it. And Marvel is really right now, Marvel's writing and everything, it's just it's bad. It's so bad, and they're not doing good.
Yeah
with their writing. So
Ditko was the person who inked that famous cover, the Amazing Fantasy number 15. So Spider-Man was a big part of the Silver Age of comic books, and he continues to be a very popular character today. If you've seen the new Avengers or the new Spider-Man movie, it's fucking awesome. It's really cool. They're great. Anyway,
I'm still waiting for my adult Spider-Man.
Adults.
Not the frickin' I want
Born Spider-Man?
No, I want I want a more experienced Spider-Man. I don't want the Spider-Man that Marvel keeps retelling the same story over and over again, where like
they
he's
have,
like straight out of high school, or he's still in high school, all that other crap. I
They
want
have the Black Spider-Man though.
Miles. Well, he's a kid too, and
Yeah,
that's
he's
like
a kid, too.
that's a whole other universe as well. But they are actually making an animated movie about Miles Mendez, right? That's his last
Morales.
name, Mendez. Morales. There we go.
And Peter
Morales.
Parker.
Which I'm kind of stoked for, because that actually looks pretty awesome.
The animation style they went with for that looks super sick.
It's pretty sick. I like it.
Super
It's something-
dope. Super dope.
It's definitely something to check out. But yeah, no, like I really want to see, like on the big screen at least, I want to see the more experienced Spider-Man, like in the animated series.
Yeah. So a couple more things I want to mention before I get into the contact info and before we get into the episode. For those of us in Minnesota, who play White Shorts, August 12th at Tabletop Tournaments, there will be a Gurren Lagann playmat for when Gurren Lagann comes to White Shorts. And they're giving away a Gurren Lagann playmat. So there you go. Also, I forgot to mention this the last couple times, and I told myself I was only going to mention it one more time. But the I Hate Your Love podcast, the episode that I guested on, is out. So if you want to hear my love story and all that stuff,
yay!
you can. I retweeted it on my personal Twitter, or you can just go to I Hate Your Love podcast on like Facebook or YouTube, and you'll find it.
But why do you hate my love?
Like the whole, because what it is, it's like it's two girls, Haley and Mary. They're hilarious, and they pretend like they're grossed out by like cheesy love stories. So like when I was talking to them, I was saying things like, "Oh yeah," and then we had a date in high school and blah blah. And like Haley would be like, "Ew, it's fucking gross." Like it's kind of funny. Like I don't know.
Such a simple comedic concept.
Yeah. They're really funny, but like I've listened to the other episodes, and it's just like it's cool to hear other people's stories. Like the whole point of the podcast is they literally just get anyone from, and if they're out of state, they like Skype call them to interview them, or you can go to their recording space if you're local and talk to them, which is what I did. I went to their recording space and talked to them, and every new episode is just some other person talking about their drama or their good love story or their bad love story or whatever. So it's kind of fun if you're into that stuff. And that's it. Anyways, speaking of twatter and all that social media biz, you could literally just go http://
Or not. You don't have to type that.
No, you don't have to. Sorry, you don't have to say that. You could literally just type in any social media.animesummit.net, and it will take you there.
Sam, tell us what the people can get.
Instagram, Twatter, YouTube.
Well, you gotta type Twitter. You can't type Twatter.
Oh yeah, okay. Don't
I can
type
add
Twatter.
that.
Yeah, that's just what I call it, or I call it shitter.
That'll be a completely different website.
Yeah, you probably don't. We don't have an account there yet. So, but
So we got Insta.
Yeah.
We got IG. We got Twitter. We got Facebook. We got YT. We got YouTube.
yeah, so do
We
that.
got Discord.
Also, you should subscribe to Anime Summit Extra, which is our second YouTube channel where we upload fun stuff. Kwoka's been uploading PUBG Mobile. Today he uploaded a PUBG Mobile episode of his girlfriend playing, and it was literally one of the cutest things I ever watched. It was awesome, and not only that,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
She's like pretty decent at that game too so far. So like,
I've been also very aggressive with the editing, so the videos are short. They're not super long and dragged on.
oh yeah, they're cut a little bit. Yep, which is nice. That's super nice. So anyway, let's get into. Oh well, we got.
Oh, and you can get to that by going to asex.animesummit.net or extra.animesummit.net.
Yeah, ASAX, because we're doing it. Right in the butt.
Anime Summit Extra, Danny. Come on.
Yeah, get with it. Yeah, don't be a pervert.
Okay.
Why don't you hate Cheetos and be a pervert somewhere else?
I don't. God damn
See how
it.
mad she gets?
Fuck.
Okay, Kwoka, we asked you to pick the waifu and husbando because since we're kind of talking to you, asking you questions, you know.
I, in keeping with the theme of Korea, which we haven't actually started that theme yet, but to start off the theme of Korea for this episode, I picked some K-pop stars as our waifu and husbando.
Fine.
So I'm going to start with husbando because I'm sure waifu's going to be hotly contested.
No.
For husbando, I picked J Park, I don't actually think I've heard any of his music before, but he shows up in a lot of advertisements, and that's a good-looking dude.
He is actually really hot because I looked him up after Kwoka told me, and I was like, yeah,
Oh yeah, he's fairly decent.
I'm
good
about
looking.
all of this right now.
Like I'd I'd try out being gay if I could.
With him, yeah.
And then for waifu, I picked Nayeon from Twice.
She's cute. I think she's super.
She's
super beautiful.
The center. She looks kind of like a rabbit.
What color hair does she have?
Brown. This is K-pop.
They all have brown.
This is K-pop, Danny. They all have brown hair.
They all have brown hair. I mean, they all look cute. So I mean,
Twice is.
I can't really.
I did manage to see Twice a few months ago.
That's right.
I was pretty close to the front, but like
That's
you could
awesome.
barely see anything from everybody having their phones and stuff up.
Yeah. I remember seeing those videos on Twitter, like when you did go.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, if you follow.
Their music videos are actually pretty cool too.
Yeah, they're fun. And one thing I've noticed with K-pop as opposed to J-pop, like the general aesthetic, obviously individual artists don't apply, is that like with J-pop, very little J-pop is stuff that I could really see myself choosing to listen to, like specifically. Like even though I've had J-pop phases, like it's kind of very like it's all blends together. It's all nice. It's immediately catchy, but in a kind of like non-individualized way. While K-pop, a lot of songs come out and like I don't like them. And then after I've heard it like 50 times, because as you're walking around Seoul, you hear every K-pop song like 100 times. Once you get to like listen 50, you're like, you know, the song's pretty good.
Right. I've come to the conclusion that this is just my opinion, because we all know like I'm super into the tunes and music and whatever. I think that K-pop is better than J-pop, but J-rock is better than K-rock, in my opinion. Because I've listened to a couple of K-rock. Yeah, just like because, I mean, just look at it. You know what I'm saying? But like one J-rock band I've been really into lately is My First Story. Super sick. Anyway, Waifu and Husbando. There you go. 10 out of 10 would do. Would have a threesome.
Oh wow, that'd be great.
It would. It would. Like just thinking about it, I'm like, or do
let's start a Kickstarter. Let's get this done. How much money would it cost?
Do the Mac and Sam noise. Anyway, so I got a couple questions for Kwoka.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck is your problem?
Where should I start?
Like, how are you? No, seriously though. Like, how are you settling in and stuff? Like, you're doing okay. Like, I know you're having like internet issues and all that, whatever. But
yeah. I'm still getting into my apartment, dealing with some of those things that you have to deal with when you get an apartment. But like, I've lived in, or I've had Seoul as my home, like with a place that I would consider home, for a little over a year now. Like that's when I moved out here. I guess now at this point, most of it has been I've been in Seoul, but for a long time I'd spent significant amounts of time outside of even Korea because I was traveling all over. And
yeah, I remember you were in Japan for a little while too.
Yeah, I was in like Osaka for 3 weeks. I went to Kyrgyzstan for 10 days, Australia for 2 weeks, Shanghai like 3 times.
You went to Australia?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was like nomadic for a while before ending up in Korea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like Thailand for 2 weeks. I've been to Hong Kong like 5 times. I have like I have like the extra sticker they stick on the back of your passport so that you can go through like a Hong Kong person.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
I was excited that you went to Thailand. How was that
for the Lantern Festival? It was really amazing. I'm going again this year, hopefully. But like Bangkok's super weird, like as a place. Like it's both nothing what I expected, but also everything I expected at the same time.
Right.
Because like aesthetically, it wasn't very much like how I expected. In terms of just that normal thing that you probably get when you think of exotic locations and don't necessarily have much real intelligence about what the place is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when most of Western media exposure to Southeast Asia is very like old timey, like from decades ago. Like that's the aesthetic that they push through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is obviously stupid because a big city wouldn't look like tiny huts in a rice field, but
I got another question and I'm gonna let
but it's kind of like
a
bit different. It's like on just the like train into the city or taxi, whatever, you see like a Lamborghini dealership like right outside the airport and stuff. So you're like, oh, this is like a not just like a city, it's like proper real city.
Right.
Right.
And it's very much like that. And then you always hear about stuff like the sex industry in Thailand, specifically in Bangkok.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like how you might expect those kinds of things to be, especially if you have experience with that industry in Europe, where it's like red light districts and stuff like that.
Sure.
In Bangkok, all the sex is just everywhere. You can't get away from it. Like you'll just go, like you could just be like, oh, I just want to go out with my family and have a nice like we're gonna peruse the local like night market and get some dinner together. And it's like you'll walk past go-go bars and prostitutes. Just
That's
to do anything,
unexpected.
you will just see like you'll just be like, oh, this corner there's like 20 like plastic ass chairs and just girls sitting in them waiting for guys to come up and take them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, I'm sure like that's just the norm there, but that's just like
Yeah. So
I'm speechless.
like I met one Japanese girl that had moved to Bangkok like 2 years before. And like I was kind of thinking about it because of just even like as a man, like I don't necessarily have the same societal pressures that a woman would have in a lot of these situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I could still feel like this pressure where it was like women are only what they look like kind of pressure coming on. So I was talking to this Japanese girl about it and asking her how she felt. She said that she never felt like that simply because coming from Japan where society is so, there's just so much pressure to perform and to be what society wants you to be, that being in a place like Thailand, she could be who she wants to be because there's always something weirder already out there.
Right.
Right.
So it's like, maybe, but I wouldn't be able to be in Bangkok for a long period of time, I don't think.
My family resides in Nang Khai. That like whole town, my family owns like 3/4 of it. Like they run that shit. So it's like they just like stay there because there's so much shit there, but you know, it's like they don't really go to like Bangkok to do stuff. But anyway, I got one more question and I'll let Danny ask you some questions because I've been taking up all your time. But what is your favorite Thai dish?
Pad Thai.
Just straight up, yeah.
Yeah, just straight
I mean,
Pad Thai. I prefer tofu than with shrimp or whatever else, but
for sure. I like Pad Thai and papaya salad with sticky rice. Like, fuck me up, fam. I grew up eating that.
Sticky rice is so good.
I grew up eating that stuff, so it's like
And,
a nature to me. Like, but
yeah, and you can get some pretty good Pad Thai in Thailand for like 60 cents for a plate. It's crazy.
Yeah. You go.
It's not gonna be the best Pad Thai in your life for 60 cents, but it's solid.
the American dollar over there is pretty huge. Like you can get like a bowl of noodles, you know, for less than $1 or $1, you know. Okay, Danny, you got questions? Ask him what his problem is.
I think we already know what his problem is.
Okay, well I got another one. How dare you? How dare you?
Why'd you leave us?
Why'd you leave?
I just had to, man. I had to get out. Korea
Why'd you
was
leave,
calling
man?
me.
No, I mean, like, when I found out, because I remember listening to you guys when you first started, so...
The first episode?
Yeah,
When
the first
when you
episode.
couldn't hear Nick at all?
when you couldn't hear Nick for jack shit and everything like that. Hell yeah, I remember all of that. That was like the best moment of my life, like, because I was really searching for a good anime podcast to listen to. So and I found you guys, and I found another one. I don't remember what the name of theirs was, but the one that I kind of stopped listening to, they were a lot older than my age, so I couldn't. It was like a little bit. It was interesting to listen to them, but it was also a little bit hard to relate to what they were talking about because I wasn't born at that time when what they were talking about. So, but I had a lot of fun with you guys. So I just like I like stuck it in and just like.
That's what she said.
Listen, shut up.
That's what I said.
But yeah, no, like I had so much fun listening to you guys before I even started. Before you guys even asked me to join the podcast and stuff. So. And I'll never forget, like, I would always get so frustrated whenever Kwoka would say something dumb or, like, ignorant. I'm just like,
I don't.
You know what?
That doesn't happen.
You're just like, you know what, Kwoka? You are a bitch.
That never happens.
That never happens.
She brings out her notes.
But...
She's like,
yeah, she's got like
on May 16th, you said.
No, I mean, I don't remember, like, a lot of this stuff. But I did remember, like, in the past episodes, you were, like, a slightly judgmental on certain things, and you just didn't, like, see voice to reason, and that, like, kind of got me upset. But,
maybe I'm working on it.
I mean, I've definitely noticed, like, the activities you do, like the activities you say on Discord that you have, like, definitely changed, and you are more optimistic on certain things. So I tip my hat off to you for, like, learning all of those things about yourself.
It might be because I'm watching less anime.
That's probably
that might
why.
Be, yeah,
that might be it. Yeah.
That might be the problem.
I also do have to say you did ruin your name for me.
What?
You talked about it so much.
Because it's fucking fantastic.
Kimi no Nawa updates.
I was just like, oh man, that was just brutal for me. I was just like, oh god, I know how Nick feels now.
Dude, Nick got, at that point though, you had to understand, there was a point where Kwoka only kept doing it because he knew Nick would get mad.
Well, he got me upset too.
And then Mac,
and then
Mac got
right?
annoyed.
And then I saw it, but, like, it's good. Like, I really did enjoy it, but I didn't cry.
Now go watch it again.
When I did watch it again. I watched it with a friend of mine fairly recently, and I was just like, it's good. Like, it definitely puts a staple on this generation's anime. I can give it that, but I still like A Silent Voice better. That's just my opinion.
You just watched it and you're like, that show sucked.
Not even. No, like, I didn't say that it sucked or anything like that.
Maybe
like, I just... Yeah. I don't know. I had a lot more feelings for A Silent Voice and what A Silent Voice meant than your name.
And a lot of that's because Koe no Katachi's story is smaller. Like, not in like a bad way, but it's like it really focuses on this smaller interaction. There's no high stakes.
Yeah.
It's very, like, more personal, while Your Name has those high stakes that kind of make it where it's more than just the characters, which can kind of make it so that you don't connect to the characters as individuals as much anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
So, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. I mean, like, excuse me. And, like, although, like, Your Name definitely did have, like, that tragic moment, excuse me. Oh, my goodness.
You're tearing up right now, just thinking about it.
No, no, I'm not.
I was gonna edit all that out, but I'll leave it all in because it's funny. She's crying.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
I'm not crying.
No, like Your Name definitely did had that like tragic moment when I forget his name. What's his name? The dude, the guy. I forgot. The main boy character.
In what?
In Your Name.
Oh. I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot his name. But when he went to the girl's hometown, like to find her and stuff, and he found out that like the comet hit and it was like, you know, in the past and stuff, like that was definitely like the tragic triumph moment and stuff. So
Taki.
By the way, spoilers.
Taki, there we go. Who cares? If you haven't seen the movie by now, then there's a problem. But yeah, no, but I definitely did connect a lot more to A Silent Voice because, you know, being deaf is such like not that many people acknowledge it really. Mm-hmm. You know, being deaf and also being blind and like any other disability, that movie definitely shows, you know, a learning lesson and can definitely teach you about deaf people and everything like that. So that's why I like A Silent Voice more.
All right. So do you
anyway, yeah.
have any more questions for Korea or for Kwoka or otherwise we'll go to the questions on the I know. Yeah, like
I guess okay. I guess my one question would be like,
what's your deal, man?
I don't know. Like, I honestly, for me, I've never been outside the country. Like, I don't even have a passport, so it's kind of hard for me to. Yeah, everyone gasp. Danny doesn't have a passport.
I've never been outside the country. I have a passport, but I've never been outside the country either.
But like, I don't know. There's really aren't a lot of questions for me to ask as of right now because I don't know what to ask. You know, I guess like honestly.
But you know some stuff about Japan and Korea. Probably.
I mean, not a lot. Like most of it is all from anime, really. So.
Well, we can move on to the Q and A if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like my one question would be like how did you adapt to you living outside of the States and like how are you coping with it and like the whole visa situation and everything like that. So
it's a bit tough, but I'd say like I never, compared to how I feel in Korea, I never really felt at home in the US. And like my entire adult life I was all over the place because I joined the military right out of high school and part of that took me to Japan.
I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah. And like haven't really had a single place that was home and certainly not ones that I really chose. Like, I mean, yeah, I chose San Diego when I got stationed there in the sense that I could choose between North Carolina and San Diego. And that's not really a choice because everybody's going to pick San Diego.
Of course.
So.
Yeah. Who wants to go to fucking North Carolina?
So it was like having finally a place where it's like I picked it because I wanted to be here is a big relief. Like, isn't just, oh, it's where I grew up or just out of convenience. And as far as like every country that you move to, especially ones that are not English speaking and especially ones that are non-westernized even further, there's strong expat communities that can they're almost too strong because it's very easy to get wrapped up in this like expat bubble.
Right.
But the communities are strong and there's good information networks within them, and they kind of like when you meet people you look out for each other type of a thing, which makes a lot of that's easier.
That's always good. Yeah.
And I mean there's also the bad sides of that because there's some people that seem to be like in Korea even though they hate everything about it, and you're just like, get the fuck out already. Like, it's okay to have some frustrations.
It's like, well then why are you here if you if like you're so negative about it and like you're complaining about it, why are you here then?
And in terms of, like, I know I saw one of the questions was, like, how much Korean do you really need to know to visit? None. you don't really need almost anywhere in the world. You don't really need to know any of the local language to visit. Yes, especially assuming if you have English, because most people at least know some bare minimum English.
Right.
Like if you're
right.
at least related to their job, maybe not enough to have like a conversation really, but in terms of your basic needs, easy enough. If you go to a store, ask how much something is, people understand that in English. And they normally know numbers. It may take some time to process for them, but you can get through it. And the more you do that, the better you get at it, to where you can almost just like tell what people are saying, even when they're just chatting off in some language you've never heard before. You kind of just get it. Korean, oddly enough, is the one that I have the worst problem with that. Like I can't process the language like at all. It sucks because I'm studying so hard.
Wow. Yeah. A friend of mine, I used to work with him too. Like he loves the Korean culture, you know, and he actually went to school for it, and he studied the language and stuff. And he's actually fairly fluent in it, and I love listening to him speak and everything like that. So
but yeah, like
me, however, like I have such like a learning disability when it comes to other languages that like sounds just don't make sense to me. So, and it's like 10 times harder for me. That's why I don't really like to speak other languages, like the little words a little bit, because people usually make
you
fun
could
of me and
probably
stuff.
still learn Japanese though, because like all of its language difficulties aren't really in the speaking or listening part. It's like my Korean right now is definitely like technically better than my Japanese to a significant degree. Like I know how to do way more in Korean, and I know far more words. But when I listen to like Japanese, like I can understand the words in the sense that I know what they're saying even if I don't know those words. Like if they spat off, I could then go and write that down, and I could, you know, I'd understand where one word started and another word stopped, and some of the grammar stuff.
Right.
With Korean, it could be words exactly that I know, and I'm just like, I don't have no fucking clue what you're saying. Like I was talking to my girlfriend, and we were just doing small Korean stuff because we try and practice. And like I said, I think we were talking about like when to meet the next day, and I said douchie, which is like at 2. Then in a sentence, she said back to me, she used douchie, and I was like, what the fuck is douchie? Like I just said it, and immediately hearing it back, my brain is just like, I have no idea. Like,
what?
Just no.
Yeah.
And that was one of the few times that I actually like I did understand the syllables that she was saying. And I still just like couldn't, my brain just immediately shuts down on it. While like when I was in Osaka with one of my friends, I was talking to one of her friends who doesn't really speak English. So she was just speaking Japanese to me, and I was just speaking English to her. And we were like having a proper conversation. Even though I don't think we could, I could not tell you a single thing that she said. Like even like as it was happening, I couldn't say, "Oh, she just said this." I'd just be like, "I have no idea what she said, but this is what I said in response," and it seemed to work.
Right.
Like just where your brain is just there, kind of like comprehending it, but it's very like inactive. But with Korean,
so
like fuck, man. Yeah, let's get into questions.
So since Kwoka answered one of the questions there, how much Korean would you?
None. Just go and visit wherever you want to go. Learning a language just so you can go visit is a stupid waste of time. Learn basics so you can be respectful, but if you're going to use language as a barrier to travel, don't worry about it. Like, you'll do fine, you'll survive.
Just travel.
Just go. Find out that you like a place before you worry about really learning a culture. Because the last thing you want to do is spend, like, 6 years mastering Korean and then come to Korea and be like, Korea fucking, like, the culture sucks. Like, the last thing you want is something like that.
Yeah.
So let's start at the top. Move on to Q&A, so Kwoka can answer some of these questions. Hexadecatrianoic said, "Is this the Krusty Krab?" No, this is Patrick.
Krusty Krab.
Then Kwoka answered that one by Wormy. And right now, so just so you guys can be where I am, you and Danny, or Kwoka and Danny, Kwoka and Whitey. Zanzipanda said, "Who is your favorite and why is it me? Because you're beautiful." That's why.
Yes. Yes, most definitely.
And then Danny, if you want to read the next one and answer, or we can answer whatever. Red under Xanxerus.
Yeah, I know. What the most disappointing? First of all, he like that first like 2 words did not make any sense.
Maybe
What the
English
most?
second language,
What
Danny.
the
Come
most?
on. Stop being racist.
Sorry. I'm not.
Why do you hate
just
Cheetos?
I'm being. Shut up. Fucking hate you. What the most disappointing show you've seen that was good at the same time? I don't know actually.
I might have to think about that one.
Actually, Devil's Lane, from spring season is really bad, but it's really funny because it's so bad.
Yeah. And like as much as it seems odd,
I haven't finished it.
saying a show is bad but good is less of an issue than saying something's disappointing but good. Because like bad something can be like where you're like
I don't
animation's crap, blah blah blah. It's like, but I just enjoy it. But when you're saying it's disappointing, you already have an emotion about it. So like it can't be good.
I guess I'm kind of interpreting it as like, what was a good show, but it was disappointing because of like the ending, maybe, or
Death Note. Death Note was a huge disappointment for me. That was a huge disappointment. No, the anime that like after L died, that second half was just trash. Like, but I still like Death Note, just not the part where L dies and fucking Nier and Mello comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's a disappointment. It's still a good show though.
I said this earlier, Tenjo Tenge, because the fight scenes are awesome and the characters are awesome, but the show is just fucking terrible. Because literally more than half of it's a huge flashback. And I've bitched about that before, and I'm done bitching about it on this fucking podcast. So like and Kwoka, you want to read the one after that? And then we'll go in like a circle, or do you want me to just read
I'm
them?
just kind of skipping
just
around when I see one that looks good.
Well, okay, well, you're going to fuck us up. You're going to fuck up the order.
Just don't ask a question
okay.
I ask.
Why are you ruining everything?
Well, I just saw one that said...
We had a
Jack Gam
system.
Said,
Okay,
what's your favorite slice of life show? And there's 2 ways to interpret this question, of the very broad, more Americanized version of slice of life, or the more specific Japanese Nichijou genre. So from the more Nichijou genre, as much as I love Nichijou and Azumanga Daioh and things like that, Wakaba Girl is fucking fantastic. Like, I still love it. I said during that season, I was like, Wakaba Girl's fucking lit. I didn't use lit because lit was not cool then. Lit was not lit. Now I'm using it ironically, but Wakaba Girl is fantastic. The opening is super addictive, and the show's, it's just right. It's like a girl that can... Fuck, I don't even remember what the topic was. I think she can see ghosts or something. But it's like very just like basic, really small stuff. Small stories, fantastic. I think it's a short.
My favorite one that's like Nichijou-like is Nichijou. But like the one that's not is New Game is my favorite. I take that back. I take it back. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon.
I was gonna say of a more slice of life, Toradora.
Is that a slice of life?
By the broader American standard, where it's like it's.
All I know is that Mac.
It's a story that's not. It's very much just people's lives. There's nothing outside of it that's nice. Too extraordinary. It is a slice of these people's lives.
These are a couple questions that I'll just answer real quick because they're whatever. Why does Ava 3.33 suck? Get out of this fucking house. Don't ever come back.
GTFO. Bye.
Jagam said, why does Danny hate Cheetos? I don't know. She just fucking told me that.
She's racist.
Oh my god. I don't hate Cheetos.
And then, so this one I'll answer for real, or we can answer for real. So far, what would you say are the most underrated shows of 2018?
None of them are underrated. They're all overrated.
Really
2018 is poop.
Yeah.
That's the best non-answer I've ever heard.
Everything you've heard about any show from 2018, downgrade that opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really anything that's underrated for me. Anyway, I think it was either good or it was not good.
And things
Maybe
that
I'm just
were
being
okay
a
were
bitch.
well known as being okay.
I feel like, I kind of feel like, I kind of feel like Card Captor Sakura Clear Card kind of got overshadowed by a lot of stuff because of the time it came out.
Mm-mm.
But because it came out when like Darling in the Franxx started, when Violet Evergarden started, and it kept going when My Hero 3 started.
it's
and when
also-
Food Wars
Wait, what are you
Card
talking about
Captors.
again? What show?
Card Captor's Clear Card kind of got
Oh
overshadowed by a lot of...
it was definitely
I
overshadowed.
think it's also one of those shows where it's
by a
like
lot
people
of
that
things.
want Card Captors watched it. And I'm not sure
Yes,
how much
aka
appeal
me
would it
and
have to the
Xanthus.
kinds of people that wouldn't already know what Card Captors was.
Okay, yeah, well, shut up, Kwoka.
Maybe, I don't know.
No, I yeah.
No, I agree. I was just kidding. Shut up.
Kai says,
Oh,
I'm
you know
watching...
what? You know what's underrated?
Oh, go on.
So sorry.
Edit. Fix it in
No,
post.
go ahead. I was gonna say Working Buddies.
Oh yeah, Working Buddies.
Catface Johnson. What were you saying? Okay, go ahead.
Kai said that he's watching Queensblade Rebellion that he bought for $4. How much shame should he feel? All the shame, because Queensblade is just tits and swords. And Ara asks, what's the best Korean food to eat when you get drunk?
Ooh, that's a
And
good one.
Korea has a very... I'm just going to go off on a Korea diatribe now. Korea has an extremely strong drinking culture out of like liquor consumption, like actual liquor consumption, not total alcohol, no beer or anything like that. Korea drinks twice as much liquor than any other country per person. 11 shots of soju a week. That's crazy.
Wow.
3 of the largest top
Mm-hmm.
10 alcohol brands are soju brands, with the top one being like 4 times bigger than the second place. Like, so soju is like the Nike to every other liquor's Adidas. Where it's just like so far
shit.
beyond anything. At least as far as like brand names go. Korea's small, so it's kind of like not necessarily size comparable to vodka or something in some ways, but so everybody gets super drunk in Korea, and they love to eat chicken with beer. They call it chimek. You can go to a barbecue and get some samgyeopsal, which is super fatty, so it goes good with alcohol. Jun is fantastic. Korean pancakes, like kimchi jun. Okay, all Korean food goes good when you're drunk because that's the way Koreans like to eat their food.
Right.
Danny, is there a couple here you want to answer? that you're
Zayla asked if you could make your own live action adaptation of any anime, what would it be? And he also asked if I watched the Solo movies, the Star Wars series, and what did I think. I did see the movie, and it was okay, but it honestly did not really need to be there. It didn't really need to be a movie. Like, they could have just like skipped Solo's origins and shit like that, but it was still good. Anyway, yeah. If I can make my own live action adaptation,
Onichichi.
Oh my! Get the fuck out of here with that. God.
Honestly, I would actually want to see maybe a live adaptation of Fruits Basket. Like, to see humans turn into animals.
That's a lot of CG people you
Hell
gotta
yeah!
hire.
I mean, come on, like that's a challenge.
While we're on the...
If I could,
No, go on.
Well, sorry, go
on,
ahead.
Sam.
You
You're
bitch.
more on topic.
I am on topic because I hired Luna without your knowledge. I would take Girl Beats Boys. It's an anime short and it's a school rumble. If I had to film it here though, I would just make an American version of it. But I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I'd probably actually just do it in Japan straight up. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I like school rumbles. So like, but if not that one, then maybe I would love to make one of Food Wars. Like, I would just pick. I would
Just don't
just pick
pick you
one
make the
art
food
and
look
do,
actually that good.
Yeah.
Right. and I would like, I don't know, but like I would pick one arc, maybe like the autumn elections, and do that. But yeah.
So on the
I would do
topic
that.
of live action anime and school rumbles, as someone brought up, I don't know if this ever was an actual anime, but it was a manga. Blazing Transfer Students on Netflix. Fantastic, like live action anime school rumble.
Really?
It's like totally an anime, even though it's like live action, and it's just ridiculous. It's about all.
Oh wait,
this
that's
guy
right.
named,
That's right. I
I
saw
think
the
it's the
trailer
name's
for
like
that.
Tetsuya or something, and he transfers to the school, and it's got like 8 people named Tetsuya.
There's like other people named
and they
Tetsuya.
all have to fight each other, and then they become a team of like ghost hunters. It's super ridiculous, super fun.
Yeah, it's really weird. I was gonna ask if anyone had seen that, and now you're telling me. So now
I watched like all of it in Osaka. I just turned it on the main TV, and a bunch of us got together and watched it. It was, it's ridiculous, but it's really fun. As far as live action anime go, at least.
Some
The
other good
characters
school
look
rumble
really funny.
live action movies that aren't based on anime. Well,
Battle
actually, Crows.
Royale.
That's based on a manga. Crows is a good one. It takes place at Suzerain All Boys Delinquent School. And Drop is also a good one. Anyway,
Seneca asked most anticipated show for summer, and why is it free?
because
Because sexy boys taking off their shirts and
and
jumping
getting
into
wet.
pools.
Fujo bait.
and getting wet.
That's all you need. For me, right now, it's literally free and Hanebado. That's what it is.
There's actually
I don't actually know anything
well,
from
friend of
the
mine-
summer.
Yeah, Kwoka doesn't do anything, so don't ask him anything.
um
Oh, I'm actually really hyped for Tenro Sirius the Jaeger.
yeah.
That looks dope.
I'm actually really curious. I can't say the title for the life of me. But it's about badminton.
Hanebado.
Yeah.
That's what yeah.
Oh, that's the one you mentioned?
Yeah, free and Hanebado is what I'm hyped for
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. I saw like a clip. I tried watching it I think yesterday, and my internet was just not listening to me because it just kept buffering and everything, and I gave up on it. But I did see a clip of a tournament, and the animation for it is godlike.
Blame it on the internet, baby.
I got a string of Korea-related questions to go through.
Okay.
Tonto asks,
Go ahead.
have you visited
Cool, yeah.
Loveland? I have not. I have plans to visit both of them. There's both the Jeju Island Loveland
you do.
as well as Heishin-dong Gongwon in Gangwon-do, which is like a giant penis park place. I don't know if I've explained this to you guys. Have I? So
I don't think so.
Heishin-dong Gongwon is based on this Korean like legend apocryphal story of a virgin bride and her husband went off on a ship because he was a sailor, and he never came back. And in her sadness, she threw herself into the ocean off of the cliff and died. And over the next couple years, all the fish in the area just left. So the fishing industry started to collapse. And in their frustration, one of the in their frustration, as if it's linked, one of the old men was up on the cliff, and he jerked off into the ocean, and that brought the fish back. So to appease this virgin ghost, this thirsty virgin ghost, they set up giant penis structures just all over the coast.
It's fucking crazy.
I do want to go, and I'll post pictures and stuff on our Instagram and Twitter when and if that happens. No, when it happens, it'll happen.
Yeah, don't say
Ara then
What else
asks,
you got?
how big of a presence does anime have in Korea? Not much. Like, it has a lot of the same influence in that as Japan is, where there's cartoon characters for everything, but it's still a lot more like K-pop focused. Then there was what's the next one that was Korea related that I had? Crap.
Well, while you look,
Oh,
Zayla asked, favorite physical appearance trait on someone of the opposite sex. We all know Kwoka is a tight stomach.
And long legs.
Well, that's kind of a butt question because I like everybody. For me though, on any sex or any gender or non-gender, it's the eyes. For me,
Like shape, color,
it's literally
depth, shininess.
all of it. Yeah, just like overall shininess, the way they're.
The way the light.
Do you like a positive tilt or a negative tilt?
If your stare pierces me when I look at you, then I'm jelly.
Like
my
hunter
chin is
eyes?
jelly, and I'm like, okay, fuck me right now. Yeah, like literally, or if you're bone daddy and don't have eyes at all, you can fuck me too. Like in bone daddy. Yeah.
Me, like for guys especially, I like the beards. I love the beards. If you have a nice beard, you're sexy.
So,
and tattoos.
Danny, you want to go
You
for a
have
mustache
tattoos.
ride?
Mustache ride.
Oh my god.
Depends on how good your mustache looks.
That's true. She's gotta comb it first and like.
if you can like twirl it at the tips, that
Fucking
saddle
like,
up, baby.
like 1920s barber, like
Yeah.
put the mustache gel on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so one Korea-related one was explain. One is a two-part. Explain the downfall of Japan in the World Cup or South Korea not qualifying. I don't really know about what happened with Japan. I know they did some weird stuff against Poland that I wasn't as upset about as everybody else seemed to be. But South Korea did not qualify to the next part, just barely. Had Mexico beaten Sweden, they would have, because they were going into the match against Germany under ridiculous circumstances, and they accomplished what they were supposed to, because Germany's the world champ. They haven't not qualified for a World Cup in like 80 years or some shit.
Yeah, they're like the Patriots.
That's
And
crazy.
Korea knocked them out by 2 goals, all in the overtime, like the extra time.
Holy crap.
I think it was at like +4 and +7 were both of the goals, which is crazy.
There's sorry, go ahead.
So they did enough to appease they did more than what Korea expected of them, and everybody was going crazy about that, even though they didn't make it. Sadly.
Sure. There's a couple here that I want to answer real quick, just because this is like one of the few times on this podcast where we get to be a little free like this. So, Kawabunga God 93 said, "My serious question is, if Super Saiyan Red pushed Beerus to 70% of his power,
Oh my god.
and both Goku and Vegeta have transformations that are 2 stages higher than Saiyan Red and Blue Kaioken, are Goku and Vegeta stronger than Beerus right now? Remember, Kaioken Blue moved fast enough to counter time skipping and perfect blue punch through Hakai, which as far as we know is God of Destruction's ace in the hole." You know what? I don't fucking know, but I know that Jiren was said to be more powerful than the other universe's Gods of Destruction, and Goku pretty much ripped Jiren's asshole when he was Ultra Instinct Goku. And then now Vegeta has the Limit Breaker Blue, Super Saiyan Blue. So I do think
So stupid.
if they can hold those forms like properly, which I don't think they can yet, they're probably more powerful than Beerus. But you have to remember that Beerus is also trained by Whis, and Whis is said to be one of the strongest fighters across 3 or 4 universes. So, like,
I think the real answer is nobody cares. It's all arbitrary.
I think the real answer is you need to get the fuck out of here.
They're gonna be exactly as strong as they need to be for whatever story is trying to be told.
Doesn't matter. I never get to talk about Dragon Ball, so you can get out of here. And also the other question I wanted to fuck you. The other answer, other question I wanted to answer was, which anime character would you put in Smash Bros. Ultimate? So for those of you who don't know, Smash Bros. Ultimate is the Switch version of Smash Brothers, and it's literally going to include every single character that was ever a character in Smash Brothers.
Except for Waluigi.
Except, well, Waluigi was never a character, so he was only a
thought he
trophy.
was.
No,
was
I don't
never
know why
in
people
Smash.
keep saying this. He was only a
He was
trophy.
never in Smash.
He was never in Smash.
Okay.
You're
Well,
fired.
that shows how I
For
know
also,
so
we don't
much.
know. It might have Waluigi.
Yeah, they might add him later. Actually,
Yeah, that's true.
because they added.
Like this is, it's extra crazy just how they got. They renewed all of the third-party characters like Snake
Yeah.
and Bayonetta and Sonic.
If
which must have been the harder part.
If I had to add an anime character to it, though, I would add
Kirito.
Yeah. No, I would add Toru from Miss Kobayashi because she's actually powerful as fuck, and her ultimate would be she turns into a dragon and blows you all away. That would be who I would add. Sure.
I would actually want to see like either Inuyasha or even Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu
either of
Hakusho.
those. Either of
Yeah.
those.
Because I remember, both of those anime did have a fighting game, and I did actually play both of them. And
I
they
do.
were
I have
actually
one of them.
really fun.
I have the PS1. I have the PS1 game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were really fun.
I can play that for Anime Summit Extra if anyone wants me to.
Ooh.
Because if I have the game, I can emulate it, so it's no big deal. Yeah, no, like his ultimate would be like the backlash wave or whatever,
Yeah.
or he would
yeah.
just turn into a demon and then do like. Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be dope.
Okay.
Salty asked, if I gave you each $100, what would you do with it?
Pay my bills.
Put it in my bank account.
Yeah, I would put it in my bank account.
I would keep 20, buy groceries at Aldi with the $20, and pay a bill with the rest of it. Or I guess like if I had all my bills paid and you gave it to me, because all my bills are current right now. So I mean, I would probably, I don't know, maybe I'd buy some White Schwartz stuff. There's some White Schwartz stuff that I wanted to get.
I was about to say, like, you really know you're an adult when it's like more money coming in doesn't change how you spend it.
Yeah.
And then someone comes in with like more money, more bullshit.
Yeah. I don't have the Star Wars trial deck or the Darling in the Franxx trial deck yet, so I'd probably buy those.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna spend exactly the same way I currently do.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if I didn't have money, I would just like put it to tattoos, like get more tattoos and shit. Like that.
I changed my answer. I would get a tattoo because I haven't gotten one in a long time. What were you saying, Kwoka?
Zila asked, aside from language, what would you say some of the biggest differences between living in America and living in South Korea are? This is going to be one of those things where it's going to sound like I hate Korea, because the ones that stand out are things that are annoying, because that's how people interact with the world, is you remember things that are annoying to you. So the two biggest ones are Amazon. Like, there's no Amazon in South Korea, and there's no good equivalent of it. While in America, it's like, I bought everything on Amazon. Here, I actually have to go like find a store that sells it, which is fucking annoying.
That is annoying.
And that ties into the second part of it, is that e-commerce in Korea is kind of almost never going to be very big, because Korea has ridiculous restrictions on your ability to actually, like, just the process of doing something online in Korea on a Korean website is impossible. Like, you have to do all kinds of verifications of your identity through like your phone number and credit cards and all kinds of stuff, just to, like, you know, spend $4 on YouTube, like to buy YouTube Red or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this huge process. While in the US, it's like, at this point, you can practically go to websites you've never been to before, and they have your credit card info for you to pay. Like, you barely have to do anything. And Korea is such a hassle. Like, oh my god, it's so annoying. So a lot of times it's easier for, like, for me, especially because I have a foreign credit card, is I can go to the international version of Korean sites and just buy stuff there, like for a ticket for a show or something. It's easier to go to the international site to buy it, because the Korean one will make me jump through hoops to spend my money.
Right.
For sure.
I just miss the days when it was like, oh, I want this. Go on Amazon to bot. Okay, it'll be here in 2 days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're coming.
Still,
Sorry.
I can still buy stuff from Amazon, but it takes like 3 weeks and costs an extra $20.
That sucks.
That sucks, actually. Yeah, that sucks.
Because it's coming from here, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
guys, enjoy your Amazon. Take care of her. Don't abuse her. And she'll be there for you when you need her.
So we're coming near the end here. So let's each answer a couple more, shall we? Here's some quick ones that we can all answer. Ready? Friends or Seinfeld?
Friends.
Friends.
Yuri
or Yowie? Sam, you're the tiebreaker.
Yuri.
Yowie.
No, fuck you.
I'm gonna look. That's actually really hard for me, but I'm gonna say Yuri because, as I always say, and as Trisha always says, I like my women how I like my women. Women. Voltron or Power Rangers? What? So I what?
Never mind.
I just like them how I like them, and that's the way I like them is women. There's actually a lot of non-binary people that I'm super attracted to too. But I don't think there's like a manga or doujin with non-binary people in it. Like, that'd be cool though. Maybe I should draw it. Maybe I should write it. Voltron or Power Rangers? Power Rangers. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I like Voltron. Voltron is pretty awesome.
Yeah, Voltron is super sick. Damn, that's actually tough.
Voltron actually has a better plot than fucking Power Rangers.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
if we're talking about the
Not
Netflix one,
Not hating. No, I'm not talking about the Netflix one. I'm talking about the one that I believe it aired on Toonami, actually. Right?
Like
Voltron
the
was
original
on
one?
Toonami?
The original one aired on Toonami.
Yeah, that one.
In that case, Power Rangers.
Whatever, man.
Okay. Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Pancakes.
Are we talking like Hong Kong style waffles or
No,
just like American style waffles?
I don't know. Let's just say
any type of
any
waffles
kind,
that you like.
Compared to any kind of pancakes that you like. Like, what would you?
Oh, that's hard, man. In Korea, they got some bomb-ass dessert waffles.
That's true. I've seen videos.
And in Japan, I had some sweet-ass pancakes in Okinawa.
So you got more to choose from there because I haven't had any of that.
Climax Coffee had some bomb-ass pancakes. I'm gonna go with Hong Kong style waffles.
Okay.
Word.
Cool Ranch or nacho cheese
Yeah.
Doritos?
Cool Ranch.
Nacho cheese.
Fucking sweet chili.
Wow, he didn't even like. Okay.
All right, no, that's fine.
What kind
I'll
of
take
bullshit
that.
is it sticking to just Cool Ranch and nacho cheese? Nobody eats those.
Well, okay. I think you need to relax. Okay,
Sweet
you just need to
chili
calm
is
down.
the best one.
Toilet paper over or under? It's fucking over. Like, if you look at the patent of the sketch of toilet paper, the invention of toilet paper, it goes over.
But what if you have a cat?
It doesn't matter.
Then under.
It goes over.
Kick that cat until it learns better.
You fucking tell Smokey. You tell him to shut up. You tell him to get out of here. Left Twix or right Twix? Both of them, you idiot. God.
Oh wait, here's one. Salmon trunks or swimsuit?
Oh God, I'm so like, yeah. If you want to see love handles sticking out of every fucking corner, yeah. Neither. How about that? Like, God.
Which version is sexier?
Neither.
Oh, man.
Favorite flavor of ice cream? I like fucking. I don't know. I just like vanilla because I'm a pussy. No, because I'm a dick. There we go. Dicks are worse. Yeah.
Matcha.
Matcha. Ooh, matcha.
Oh, actually, I've had matcha ice cream. I'm gonna say matcha.
It's so good.
Matcha is
Okay,
like.
we're all in on
So
matcha.
yummy.
Okay.
Matcha.
First anime crush. Either one of the girls from Totally Spies or Asuka Soryu Langley.
I would say it's either Bulma, Sailor Moon, but like when I started watching anime like seriously, it'd be Eureka from Desco. Take a shot.
No response to my Totally Spies comment?
I actually
Okay,
had a
I
reaction
mean,
to that. That's pretty awesome.
Alex was the hottest.
Yeah, Alex was pretty awesome.
Alex was the hottest in Totally Spies. Don't at me.
My first anime crush was Alan from The Vision of Escaflowne.
Yeah, Alan's hot.
Alan is hot. I also like had a thing for Jim from at Outlaw Star.
Jim Hawkins, right? Or
Yeah, Jim. Yeah. Little lowly boy. Who else? Aisha Clan was like my female crush, and my true first husbando was Sesshomaru. Like when I actually started getting serious about anime.
Sesshomaru, oh my god. Fuck me!
Yeah.
Last question, ready? We can all answer this one. This is gonna be funny. What contest could each of you guys win at by Salty?
What?
The best butt.
Yeah, Danny has one best
Hands.
butt on Discord.
Like against the best in the world, or just like against
Each other?
You know,
I think
some people.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I
could
don't know
probably
about
win.
each other. You can you can probably win like most creative mind, because your drawings are like spot on, and you
Out
have
of
a
the
lot
four of us,
creativity.
definitely. Or five,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
out of the
Actually-
5 of us, anything that's physical activity.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
same.
Yeah.
Same. Same.
I think I can win.
Kwoka's like, Sam, race you. I'm like, you got it. Like, I'm just gonna sit. I'll just walk.
I could probably beat you in a dancing competition.
That's true. Danny's a
Probably
dancer.
could. I have been paid to dance in a movie though, so who's
Oh,
got
that's cool.
credentials?
So, like, you're like a white guy actor?
Yes.
Or? So fucking funny, dude.
Oh, Sam, you could also probably beat us in a fighting competition, like with Street Fighter or something.
Alright, fuck all y'all.
No, man,
Yeah.
I'm pretty fucking good at those. But
I've
also
never
play
played Kwoka.
super
He keeps
cheap.
telling me that. No, he keeps telling me that, and he's never come up to my face because you don't want to step. Come on,
I
what's
think-
good,
no.
Jaime?
I think like if it was about consistency, you would consistently beat me in terms of the long run. I think I could get some good ones in there.
Okay, then what's good?
I'm just saying.
I want to see this.
Download.
But
it.
I'm like, especially
Buy
if we
that
do like a real fighter, like Dead or Alive.
a real fighter.
Not one of these like super arcade fighters.
Okay, I beat you in Dead or Alive 2. What's good, Jaime?
Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate.
The latest, whatever the latest one is.
That's like Dead or Alive 5.
Yeah, that one.
Final bout or
that
some
one.
shit.
Final bout.
Or tour.
Fuck
I don't
you
know
up.
the fuck they call these shit anymore.
I'll fuck you up. Download it on
One last-
Just...
One last career question. Best
All right,
K-pop
do it.
group.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So I've seen Twice. I've seen Hyuna. I've seen Blackpink. I've seen iKON. I've seen Psy. I've seen other people. I saw a lot of people. The best one, Bupalkan Sachungi. BOL4, if you're spelling the English shorthand. They are absolutely fantastic. High quality music. Stage performance, fantastic. Like, they really engage the audience. They're not just to come out and play the fucking song. It's fantastic. I'll remember it forever.
Hell yeah. So
But the only album I've ever bought was Blackpink Square Up. I bought that like 2 weeks ago. And I put the unboxing on Instagram TV. Check it
Yeah,
out.
I saw that. That's actually like a really nice CD album.
Oh, and there is a comment I think I made in there, which was like that Jenny's card has like a letter from her and Lisa's is just a signature. It's because you get 2 random cards, 1 signature card and 1 letter card. It wasn't because Lisa's lazy.
that was you put that on Instagram, right?
Yeah, on Instagram TV.
Hell yeah.
So I think I made a comment there like, wow, Lisa's lazy. No, it's just I didn't get Lisa's actual letter card. I didn't know that at the time that I opened it.
That's great. That's awesome. Anyway, Kwoka, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're back. You're doing good, it sounds like. And
Nah, I want to talk more about Korea. I didn't get to talk enough about Korea.
Yeah, we were too busy talking about Dragon Ball Z and best butts and all that stuff. Well, people know you're there. Who cares? Anyway.
Who cares? People know you're there. Who cares?
I'll try and segue every topic into Korea. It's like, well, that reminds me.
Yeah, well, in Korea, Anyway, thanks for listening. Okay, I hope you had fun. Sorry, this is just kind of a chill episode, but I hope you like these. We get to do these once in a while because they're fun. And thanks for asking questions. Hit us up on all the social medias that we gave you.
Yeah.
Follow Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. I've been your host.
Wait.
Sam.
If you got extra questions about Korea or travel in general, you can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at the Kwoka. I use that on both of those.
Or even on the Discord straight up.
And or just on Discord straight up.
Yes, Kwoka's on Discord more often now that he's settled in and doing all that stuff.
So that's like any country you got questions about. You got questions about visas. You got questions about food. You got questions about airplanes. I got you.
Airplanes?
Airplanes? Like airlines?
Anyway, I've been Sam, and I've had Danny and Kwoka here with me, and we've been the Anime Summit Podcast.
Yay.
We got another for outro again? No, like the post, when the music starts rolling, they're still supposed to be talking.